Is suicide a sin in the eyes of God?
Yes, if there's any way you can avoid it. If your situation is at all recoverable, then it's a sin. If your situation is unrecoverable, and all it is going to do is cause you excruciating pain from that moment out. If you've got terminal cancer and your guts are eaten alive, I know people that have been in this position who have killed themselves, and I do not blame them.
Where do we draw the line in like our own evaluation of our health and taking medication, as well as, other people?
In my opinion, you should never rely on drugs if there's any way you can avoid it. Okay, because it fosters a false dependency. If an EMP were to strike and the pharma companies were no longer able to manufacture their drugs, you should be equipped with the psychological mechanisms to survive without them. All right? It's not healthy to become dependent on things that you don't absolutely have to depend on.
We talk about it all the time. The whole thing with Big Pharma is that the Rothschilds' family name is Bayer. They started the whole scam by placing their buddies, their cohorts into medical schools around the turn of the last century, get them on the boards, and they moved all of medical education in the United States away from naturopathy and into allopathy, and medication prescription became the primary method of dealing with physical illness instead of having a preventative model, a model of holistic health. So know that you're being scammed. That's why you always get a second opinion.
And of course, we also have to remember that many of the medical problems that people are having now are caused by the very people selling you the medicines. They're making you sick so that you'll have to buy their poison in order to get better. The whole thing is a circular scam that they've got going, and they've had it going for a long time. I mean, if you're a big pharma company, or you may be a subsidiary of some big chem company. The chem company is using things, is pumping atrazine into your groundwater, or glyphosate, or any of 100 other things, giving you cancer, decreasing your testosterone, mimicking female hormones, but throwing you off kilter and eventually just making you not want to live at all. So then you're driven to go to your doctor. You've got to go to your doctor and say, "Doctor, please make me well." And they end up feeding you drugs that are manufactured by the very same people that manufactured the crap that made you sick in the first place. So it goes around and around in a circle like this, and we've got to interdict that circle. We've got to interrupt. Go ahead, Gina.
Absolutely. And the very drugs that are supposed to help you, for instance, SSRIs, actually, and this is robust in the literature, actually increases suicide risk.
And homicide, by the way.
And homicide, exactly. It loosens up a person's behavior.
Well, it's disinhibiting is what it is.
Thank you, that was the word I was after. Yeah, exactly. So bear that in mind. It's very risky to give a suicidal person, put them on SSRIs without having them come in like several times their first few weeks, because it increases the risk.
But once again, that works into the overall plan, because give these people SSRIs, they go and they shoot up a school. Now you can grab everybody's guns on the pretext that guns themselves are evil, when in fact what's evil is the drugs that they're putting all these people on, that are causing them to go psychologically off kilter and do horrible things that they wouldn't ordinarily do.